Welcome, punters. Leg Up Australia betting podcast, the Bet Slip, your go-to betting podcast. I don't know. We need a tagline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me
sorry.
have
I
a
feel
think
like
about
puts
that.
you
not
on-
the place to
Put
have
me on
that
the spot.
conversation.
What do you mean?
Oh, like just trying to think of it.
I like it on the
top of our
spot.
heads. Okay,
The listeners are a part of it.
Who are you backing?
Who are you?
Who are you
That's-
backing?
That's what they
That's
others
pretty-
have.
Is that the tabs?
Who has that? Oh.
It's the tabs. You want to steal something from the tab because they stole something from you.
Yeah, that's right. They stole our piece of content the other day, so we'll steal their tagline.
Hey, what's doing, fellas? We've just finished recording
episode 17.
episode 17. We've just had a bit of Mexican that your lovely wife cooked us, Borgy.
Yep.
It was very nice. You said bland. I didn't like that
I
word.
didn't
That was
say
thrown around a lot, and that was rude. We've just cracked open another few beers.
Cheers.
Very relaxing. Cheers. Oh, Borgy drinks water during this, and it upsets me to no end. Stinker of a weekend for me personally on the punt. How about you, fellas?
I got let down in that last international game with Samoa. And the PNG. But I tell you what, picked the eyes out of that Fiji game. I suggested 3 anytime try scorers, all scored.
Really?
Too good,
Unavalu
Borgy.
and another guy from
You
Parramatta.
can't even remember. Do you go back and listen to the bet slip?
And then Kickow scored as well. So Sivo.
Sivo, do you go
Sivo. They
back
both
and
scored
listen
too,
to the
actually.
bet slip?
Sometimes.
I don't listen to the bet slip. I listen to the 17, the episode, sorry.
Okay.
I
Blake?
listen to them both every week.
But you get through them quicker because you listen to stuff.
1.5.
Have we spoken about this? Because it's so weird.
It is weird, actually, yeah.
Blake listens to his podcast at 1.5 speed.
It's because my brain works faster than yours.
That's because your head's bigger.
Because you got no hair.
Yeah. It's like a little solar patch up there. A little solar panel.
That's enough.
They say no hair is a sign of high intellect.
Huh? Who? You. Your mum.
Yeah, that's what my mum
Mum said.
That's what my mum said. That's right.
Yeah, so plenty going on in AFL, NRL, and in racing.
Yeah, plenty going on in racing. Robbie Dolan lost his 2 kilo claim today. He's riding plenty of winners, that kid. He'll still claim 2 on the weekend at Rose Hill, but after that, he'll go down to 1.5. Interesting story. Do you know my old man actually had something to do with those rules getting changed?
Yeah, he was winning too much.
Yeah, so he
Your dad changed a lot of rules.
he won because before my old man, they used to claim 3 for their whole apprenticeship, 4
Wow.
years. So now they stagger it down as they ride more winners. But my dad rode like 104.5 winners in a season on that 3 kilo claim and won the Jockeys Premiership as apprentice.
Yes, we knew that was changed because of him. How do you get half? Just a dead heat.
Tie.
Half? Oh, yeah, dead heat, yeah. It's worth a half.
It's okay. Very good.
Who's kicking off?
Yeah,
I kicked off last week.
I'll
So,
kick off.
one of you boys.
But I'm going to kick off. I've got a question for you. You had a revelation through the week. So last week we were talking about Jaden Stevenson, and you were all he's been hard done by and this and that, and he shouldn't get a 12 months and blah 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 blah. And then you come around and going, well, actually, after Blake was telling us about jockeys get 18 months, no
that
relaxed
kind of
sentences or
put it
anything
into
like
perspective.
that. Yeah, you sort of you flipped, you jumped back over the fence.
I
to
didn't
the
flip.
right
I just flexed a little. Just thought, not flexed.
No,
Just
flexing's
released
good.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I just
You
just
chilled the F out.
I just think 10 weeks. I always thought 10 weeks was right, but I tell you what, I don't know. I think you know this, Borgy, but a little bit more information's come out about the Jaden Stevenson thing. Blake, you'll love this. If I open my phone, we were talking about education within the clubs. The education can't be that good, obviously, because after their round 9 game against St Kilda, he literally said to one of the players in the leadership group, "Oh, Scott Pendlebury got 30. If Pendle's got 30 disposals, I would have won my multi."
He said it in the sheds
He
afterwards.
said that in the changing room.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you can be. They can say about how well he's educated and then come out and say that. So, but what that did make me think about was Pendlebury always floats around the kind of 26 to 31, 32 disposals a week, which I know. I watch the Collingwood stats. I am a firm believer in betting what you know. So every week I'll have quite a large, well, depending on the day, I'll do a same game multi, usually around a Collingwood game. So in this St Kilda game that Jaden Stevenson supposedly needed Pendles to do 30 disposals, he also needed himself to kick 3 goals, and he kicked that torpedo, which everyone was loving. Well, funnily enough, I had a same game multi that exact game, and it was 5 legs. Mm-hmm. Paying $43.57. And guess what leg let me down? Scott Pendlebury, 30-plus disposals.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jaden Stevenson not get caught betting.
No. I had him in there. 2+ goals and kicked 3. So that's a good multi.
That's a cracker. Yeah, when you miss out on...
So you missed by 1 leg there.
He was 3 possessions short. Maybe, 27. It could be 20. 3 possessions short of me winning a $43.57 multi.
That would be a good effort.
My father-in-law was up as well, and he's a punter. Fancies himself a good punter. Would have liked to win that in front of him as well.
Hey Glenn, look at this.
Yeah, stick this over. No, it was good. He was actually riding this multi home with me as hard as anyone. Yeah. He had a Collingwood jersey on. This is not a lot about AFL. We were waiting for the Pendlebury disposals like nothing else because that is all we had to do. So, funny little quid bit. But
are you going to give us a $43 multi this week?
No, I need to go safe.
You lost your kahunas.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Sorry.
They're on the baby moon.
I didn't
At least
mean to
took
yell
them
at
off
you.
him on the baby
I didn't mean to yell at
you.
you.
Won't be
lose his kahunas.
You won't be needing these anymore,
kahungas.
big fella.
So the way I bet is I try and pay for my season. If I know I'm going to have $100 per round for 24 rounds, I try and make $2,400 as quickly as I can so the season's free. At the moment where anyone that's been following the leg up, if they follow my AFL tips, we've paid up to about round 19.
They're bloody flying.
Yeah. I had a good month there. So I was going to go safe, but I've actually gone...
not safe.
Not safe in the end. I've gone a 5-leg multi, but they're just shorties.
Okay.
So I was just going to put a few shorties in there, but I've got Geelong. I think this is Friday night's game. Geelong to beat Adelaide. They're paying $1.30. So these are all shorties. So I'm sure I'll cop some shit online. But
in right here.
Yeah. Look, I've got. Yeah. It's not a great weekend.
I'm okay with shorties.
I don't want to do alternative margins. I thought all the lines were too big. I think Geelong bounced back from their loss last week against Adelaide. They're at home. Adelaide are flying. $1.30 are probably too short, but you wouldn't be complaining if you tipped 5 favourites and they all got up in a row on a race card. No,
exactly. Donate it.
Anyone that bags it, flog. Especially you.
There was a tipster the other day that went 9 for 9 at Albion Park.
Oh, really?
Just nail that.
That's a good effort, hey?
Where?
They were talking about it on Sky this morning. I don't know who it was, but it was at Albion Park Trots. Whoever it was tipped 9 for 9.
And
they were saying
great.
They were comparing it to a hole in one. Like Brad Davidson was saying, 9 out of 9's harder than a hole in one, and the other boys were like, hole in one's probably harder. But I tend to think that
the hole in one would be harder.
No, I'm 9 out of 9's harder. I see.
This is a massive debate.
It's a big debate, and it's probably not for the bet slip. But we can talk about this. My old man's got a hole in one. I know a few people that have got a hole in one.
Yeah, but
I don't know anyone personally.
Your dad got a hole in one.
Yeah, who's tipped 9 out of 9 anyway. That's just tough. Like even if they're $1.30, if they're $1.80 every favourite, like what's that? $1.80 multiplied by 9.
Heaps.
Heaps.
Yeah.
nearly $1 billion.
But when you sit there, but if you sit there thinking you're going to tip the card, like you're sitting there and you're going to look at Randwick this week.
Every Saturday, I think I'm going to.
You're going to tip the card. Yeah, but how many times do you do a 9-leg multi with every single one of your selections in it?
Never.
Exactly.
But this week,
A hole-in-one's different. Like you're with other people. That'd be like getting a hole-in-one, but no one's there. I reckon tipping
So
the
it doesn't happen?
What do you mean?
Okay, I read that wrong.
he's talking like I do because people will see my tip. So
Oh yeah, no,
somebody's
but I mean,
there,
like if
but-
you just sit there by yourself and you, anyway. What were we talking about? We're doing the AFL.
we are doing the AFL.
I reckon it's
Look-
tougher to catch a marlin. But anyway,
Marlon.
Is that true? How many marlins you caught?
not many.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I thought you were a good
I'm
fisher.
gonna get a calculator out.
so
It's raining in Melbourne. It's raining everywhere. Is this going to make any difference to your?
Yeah,
selections?
I've got no total points or anything like that. I think they're all going to be fairly low scoring events, but I've gone for teams that I think are going to really grind out wins. So, like I said, got Geelong at home against the Crows, backing up from their loss last week. I've got Collingwood against North Melbourne on Saturday night. That's $1.33. I think they'll do them quite well. I don't know the line on that. I might have a look at that, but I think the reason I didn't put that in is obviously because it was too higher than I thought. Port Adelaide at home against Western Bulldogs. They get that done very easy. Fremantle versus Carlton is really short. I wanted to put Brisbane in there against Melbourne, but I think that's going to be a little bit tougher than I thought. Sydney Swans are at home against the Gold Coast Suns.
Go the Suns.
Well, they might be in a trouble. Yeah. Big Buddy, he's firing up. He's getting himself well and truly into shape for this season. It's his 300th game this
Since
week.
he's on the sideline. Go, buddy.
Go, buddy. Probably making it about her. I noticed that. I think he's going to kick an absolute bag. The line is 33.5. I think the Swans do it easy. I think they get them by about 8 to 10 goals over the Suns. So
10 goals.
yeah, that's not hard when you got Buddy. And they're playing well. So just to recap, Geelong Cats to beat Adelaide, Collingwood to beat North Melbourne, Port Adelaide to beat Western Bulldogs, Sydney Swans minus 33.5 against the Gold Coast Suns, and over in the West on Sunday, Fremantle versus Carlton, Fremantle to win. Total 547. They're my selections. Multi them together if you want. I will. I actually like Thursday night's game as well. So if you suddenly listen to this quickly, if this comes out just before you're having a bet on Thursday night, I like the Giants on Thursday night.
Giants Thursday night.
You're
I
a
actually
Giant.
listened. I usually get a bit of a listen in before Friday, so a few punters might get a listen.
Yeah,
in.
that's we try not. This is how considerate we are. We try not to tip Thursday night game because if you are listening to this on a Friday and you've missed the tip, it's you do miss out.
Listen early. Just do it.
We also put this video up on Friday mornings, so this episode actually goes on YouTube and that. So maybe we just try and get out. Oh,
No, but that's okay. The podcast goes up early.
Yeah.
So
it's a podcast exclusive.
it is the podcast. Borgy.
I'm up. NRL.
NRL.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. Every week. There's some cracker games. Well, there's one real good game this week. Roosters Storm over in Adelaide. Pearce will be playing, probably vying for an origin spot, if it's not already his. But I think there is some serious value around these games this week. So
what did you say? Sorry, did you just say Pearce will be playing
he'll be vying for origin spot if it's not already his.
the Roosters?
Roosters Melbourne. That's not the right game. The Knights Broncos. Sorry, there's two games I'm excited about. There's
He lit.
yeah, no, he's not there anymore. Roosters Storm game is good. I don't like that it's in Adelaide, to be completely honest, because it should be it should be a Roosters home game and they should get that full advantage. But the other reasonable game to watch, the Knights Broncos game, I think could be a bit of a blockbuster.
Didn't know Pearce was back in. I have to change my selections.
He's right back in there. So I would have in my multi, but I won't because it's a Thursday night game. Rabbitohs get back Braden Burns and Reynolds, which will be a huge boost for them. Rabbitohs have been going pretty ordinarily of late on the slide, but I think this is where they probably turn that around. That's the Thursday night game, though, so I am keeping that one out of the multi.
Give us your multi.
Well, very much like the Mexican
blue book
food we had earlier. It's like a black book, but it's blue.
Oh, is this like the Mexican food?
Yeah, no, my multi is. Okay, so...
Oh, what is it?
I've gone a couple of things. I thought you're a bit weak. So your Mexican to be, you have the lime and pepper sauce, which is, no hold at all.
Why am I weak?
So your multi this week.
Your lime and pepper.
I'm a better eater than both of you.
Your lime and pepper. So this is the safest of the multis, all right?
Yeah. So if
you're looking, it's still not a bad price either, $4.80. But if you're looking for, a little bit of bankroll, I got Manly.
Don't you dare call. I hope all these lose.
Okay. Manly are playing Gold Coast Titans. Titans still don't have Ash Taylor yet. Manly been going okay.
Manly are flying.
I don't know if they're flying, but
DCE
will not be happy with his Origin game. The Trebojeviches will be very happy with their Origin game. They'll be on a high. Marty Tapau's in there. Fanua Blake. You're going good.
Yeah.
Which Trebojevic got man of the match?
Jake.
Why?
Because he was great.
He was better than his brother?
He did more work than his brother. I
Maybe
think he
did more
played
work,
80
yeah.
minutes, mate. Bloody killed it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think he...
Played in the front
row.
row.
He played in the
Made
front row.
a million tackles.
All right, we'll get back...
500,000 hit-ups.
Okay. Back to the multi. So the short one this week, we've got Manly, we've got Knights over Broncos, and then Sharks minus 8.5 points against the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are going no good. I really like the Sharks. I reckon the Sharks are... They're smokies. They're not in the top 4 at the moment, but I don't think I would want to be playing them anywhere between now and the end of the season.
So what price we got for the Agoraphobia multi?
$4.80.
Agoraphobia?
Yeah.
You know what that means, don't you?
Scared of going outside.
Yeah, what's that good to?
Because a bit...
You're lime and black pepper.
Yeah, old lime and
black pepper.
No, just whatever pepper you want. BJ, you can be medium spicy burrito, okay? So we're taking...
Now you got to find something to call this one.
This one is the same
What do you
teams.
You're the Agoraphobia.
Hey, a second. Let me talk, and then you can do that bit. We'll do Manly minus the start. It's only 4.5 against the Titans. Like that's
$1.90.
That's great.
Why does that... That's far too low.
Oh, I think they've got that one wrong. I think that they should be minus
Bet up
8.5.
now. It's $1.95 on... That's $1.95 on Ladbrokes.
And what, Titans $1.85?
Yeah.
Yep.
Then I've got the Knights minus their start. They got 8.5 start, minus 8.5 against the Bronx. And the Sharks, that same as the first leg. So we are at $6. Well, the Knights, I apologise. The Knights are minus 3.5.
Lucky I'm keeping an eye on what you're saying.
Yeah. That's both Knights games. Right?
That is very...
That's,
that is
3.5 into Broncos. I think they beat the Broncos by more like 10, 12 points. That's
Okay.
Knights are at home as well.
But the Broncos, there's some type of bounce back effect. I'm a little bit worried about that, but
Yeah.
I'll go with this. I'm happy
Okay,
with
so
this.
we're Manly
That's
minus the
3.5.
start. Manly minus the start. Knights minus the start. Sharks minus the start. $6.11.
6.11.
Now,
That
if you want
multi
to,
is for people that shower in their undies in the change room.
That's the undie shower.
That's your one.
Okay.
You're the...
I feel like
you
that's the weakest one.
you
of the lot,
represent...
I'm the undie shower.
Okay.
You would have
And
worn
now-
undies
And
100%.
This is the
Now,
spicy one.
This is the
no
spicy
undie
meatball.
Spicy
podcast.
meatball.
This
Beat.
is
Bet.
Spicy meatball.
Bet.
this one. You're not afraid of going outside, and you're not afraid of going outside without your undies on either.
Yeah, I don't go
Alright,
outside
you're
with my
free
undies.
ball.
So, you got Manly minus their 4.5 start. You got the Knights minus their 3.5 start. You got the Sharks minus their 8.5 start. And then you're throwing in the Panthers travelling over to New Zealand, who I think can win this. You're giving Panthers 7.5 start, $9.60 multi.
$9.60.
Take your pants off and run in the street with that.
That is free balling if I ever...
So there's 3 levels of multi for the punters out there. You've got, I don't want to go outside. You've got to wear the undies in the shower, and then you got big ball Borgy outside. With no
Oh,
undies.
to himself in there. This comes from a bloke that wears his undies under his board shorts when he goes in the ocean.
Because if you see my board shorts, they're very small. Your mother-in-law said maybe I suggest undies when we're at the beach.
Did she see you're a Jinnafong?
I'm not sure what she saw. She saw the penne.
Pigeon pie fell out. What was that line on the Panthers game? Sorry.
No, it wasn't a line. I gave them an alternative.
Yeah,
7.5.
7.5. I reckon they're good multis. You have been unlucky.
I've been ordinary.
You've been ordinary. No, but yet last week was good multi. Week before was a great multi, and
they just
Ford Pass beat him a couple of weeks ago. So.
Yeah, that's bad luck,
Borgy.
Unlucky. Anyway,
let's hear your tips.
We'll bounce back. I'm with you, BJ.
I'm the
you
winning
can do it.
Tips
it's a wet track, actually.
Thanks, bro.
Maybe we'll go to the dogs.
We're gonna go. I'm with you. It's a wet track. You can't tip on a wet track.
No, I can't tip a winner on a wet track, but. Sunny Coast.
But you'll try.
I'm sticking to Sunny Coast.
How many tips are you going to give us today?
4. I've just
Saturday's racing.
I'm just going wet track form, and then that's it.
Is there levels of spiciness with these?
All big ball Borgies.
Okay, beautiful.
Big ball.
So I like them.
All
you did the BBB.
All big ball Borgies. So let's go.
LeVar
Race
Borg.
3.
Where are we?
Sunny Coast.
I didn't listen.
We're keeping it in our backyard.
Ipswich?
Race 3, number 4. We know how wet it is there. It's going to be a bottomless track, I'd suggest. Savakul, I know you like her. Chris Waller, Glenn Boss is in the saddle. She's drawn barrier 3. She comes back to a benchmark 85 from...
She's racing plenty better company than that. Surely.
Yeah, so she they ran her in a black type race last start over 1,600 metres. She got back. She ran on really nicely. She comes into this race really nicely. Third up, peaks. Her wet track form is very good. She has had 5 starts on a soft track for 3 wins. She's won her last 2 on soft track. She won over 1,550 metres on the Kensington track, and then she went to Flemington, and she won a really good benchmark 90 over 1,800 meeting, beating Al Galeo and Live and Free at Flemington. That was the carnival time.
What has she got to carry in this?
58 kilos, not too bad. I think she's going to be winning. $2.90, benchmark 85, very well placed.
Beautiful. I like that one, BJ.
Anything to say about that, Sam? What do you got?
She'll try and topple them late, I reckon.
Topple them late?
Yeah, I think she will.
Random up.
Yeah, I reckon she'll try and topple them late.
Yeah, I think so too. Hopefully the fence isn't too off. But I'm sure our man Glenn Boss will be able to find running for her.
He's a good jockey.
So then we move to the 6th race. We are going right up the top as well. Number 2, Juniper. He is going to be really hard to beat. Kieran Maher, David Eustace. Ryan Maloney's in the saddle. Drawn barrier 3. Didn't have the best of luck in the Queensland Guineas last start. He was up to 1,600 metres there. He got back. He was held up on the corner, and he only got beat 2.4 lengths. I think he probably should have run a place.
Third up again.
This horse is an absolute swimmer. He's won 1 race on a heavy track. That was a heavy 10. He won his maiden at Donald by 10 lengths.
Mutter.
And the races got called off that day.
Oh.
So that was as heavy a track as you can get.
Did you say it was a mutter?
Mutter.
His mutter was a mutter.
Mutter was a mutter.
Mutter was a mutter. He's a mutter. His dad was a mutter. Reset actually was a mutter. So let's go with him. You don't see him win by 10 very often. I know that was a little while ago. But this is a very good horse. He should be winning about $4.20 about him. He's got form around Arcadia Queen.
Do you think they should do a Group 1 race like
in a pool?
Yeah, like on a really wet track that they just know it's wet at that time every year, and they
just
just call it the Golden Flipper.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
No, I'm actually very funny. You, on the other hand,
that wasn't funny. That was a stupid idea.
Do the Harkett story again.
Is that how you laugh?
What do you got to say about him?
Kept finding the line when second, beaten by 3.5 lengths, 2 runs back at Flemington, and finishes off strongly. Third up today, reasonable chance here.
Beautiful. I'm happy with that.
That's
They
actually
usually
one of
bag
the.
my tips.
I was going to say that's one of the better runners' comments you've had towards
most
one
of them
of your
say,
selections.
leave alone.
Yeah,
Most of them say,
selections.
leave alone.
Yeah, must avoid.
I've found others.
Not in the money ever.
So,
Where else are we going?
no, we're still at Sunny Coast. All at Sunny Coast today. This horse let us down
So?
last week.
Ugh.
He let
Great.
you down because I know you had a multi with him and he run second.
Oh, you had a good multi too.
Race 7.
My leg got up. The tip that I gave you.
Mine didn't get up. Race 7, number 1, Big Duke. Going to be very
Hey,
hard
what
to
happened
beat.
with Big Duke last?
He just run into
Ran
one that was too good for him.
second to the favourite.
Yeah.
Really?
Vow and declare. Bossy was in the saddle on that horse. He was a couple of lengths off him on the corner. He was a couple of lengths off him at the finish. That was over 3,000 metres. He comes back in distance. Not all these horses have wet track form. This horse is a serious mutter. He's had 5 starts on the heavy, 2 wins, 2 placings, and 1 third. One of the seconds was in the Group 1 Tancred on a heavy 9 over 2,400 metres behind Avilius. So I just think he's going to be too good for them. He's drawn barrier 3. He's got 60.5 on his back. Wet track plays right into his hand. He is the fittest horse in the race, and I just think he will be too good for them. I think I'm just about to get a price for us. Race 7, $2.60. That's good enough for me. I think he's just too good for them.
Ran on strongly when second last time at Eagle Farm. Can go through the gears. Yet to fire this prep. Looming as the clear top pick.
Ooh, that sounds good for me.
That is actually the best.
What's
one
the top he
ever.
carrying if he's number 2?
No,
At
isn't he number 1?
60.5?
No,
No,
he'll
he's
be the
1.
top.
Oh, he's 1. Okay. Apologies.
Yeah, sorry.
60.5. Yeah.
And this, I think, this is the best. This is the value bet of the day at the Sunny Coast.
Same race.
No. Race 8, number 2, Nicanova.
Nicanova.
Yeah.
You've backed this thing before, I reckon.
We have backed him before. He loves 1,400 metres. This is his distance. He's had 7 starts for 4 wins at the distance. He loves the Sunny Coast. He's had 1 start at the track for 1 win. He's had 2 starts on the heavy for 2 wins. He comes out of the same race as Savacool, who we are tipping early in the day. So if she wins, that'll frank the form. That was over 1,600 metres. He ran 10th. It was a very good 10th. He was beaten 4 lengths. He started $8 in that race. He was held up basically the whole straight and did not get a crack at them. Comes back to 1,400 metres, gets a wet track. His 2 heavy track runs. He won on a heavy 9 at Doomben by 2.5 lengths, and he won the Group 3 Fred Best Classic at Eagle Farm on a heavy track over 1,400 metres. So he loves heavy tracks. This is the right race for him. It's a Glass House. It's a listed race over 1,400 metres.
Glass
He's
House.
drawn perfectly.
Whatever that means. The mountains.
That's just the name of the race.
Oh, Glass House.
But yeah,
Mountains.
it's going to be super hard to beat. Race 8, number 2, Nicanova.
When you said Fred Best, I thought of Fred Bassett.
Oh, the
those
old
comics
comics.
with
Yeah,
the dog all
the
the
dog.
time?
Yeah.
So that was fun for me, I guess.
See a jockey. Hey, James Orman's in pretty good form for this stable.
Yeah, James Orman's absolutely flying. How do you do?
It's in the comments.
Stitch up.
As if we do research for each other's stuff.
Yeah. Except for when I say the wrong team in all the NRL stuff.
yeah, that was. You just couldn't get your head around that Knights game, could you?
Yeah. No.
It's your best bet for the round, and you just couldn't get your head around it.
Couldn't handle it.
We got to do one more thing.
Is there any winners in this one?
Any winners out of those?
Those tips?
Yeah.
All of them?
All of them.
I'm going to multi them all together.
Yeah, good idea. Why don't you multi them all to place or something?
Yeah.
That last one's $10.
You know, if you do that in our punters club, you get named the Place Prince.
Oh.
And you basically get ragged
Is that a
on.
good thing?
No,
I've
it's
heard
not.
I've
That's
heard
not-
you blokes say worse things
Yeah,
about each other than that.
is horrible.
Yeah.
So
No, the punters club, sorry.
we're going to do the Let It Ride bet.
Yes.
Yep. This is an idea you've stolen off another show.
Yes. And I actually called it the same thing as they
Okay,
called
we
it.
need to knock. That's why I said you've stolen it. But I like this idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to put...
The bankroller.
Yeah. No, let it ride.
Bankroller.
Oh, hold on. What did you call it? What do they call
Let
it?
it ride.
Oh, that's what I suggested that we should call it. What about the rollover bet?
I like the bankroller.
The bank. What about the steamroller?
Steamroller?
Bankroller?
Oh, I like the bankroller.
Boy, I like the bankroller.
Yeah, I like it too.
Good idea.
I think
We're with bankroller.
we should do bankroller.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you want? What? Explain the concept to people.
So the
Beach.
concept is we're going to take a bet in turn. So we have $100 to start off with. You have the whole $100 on one horse or team or whatever you think is absolutely unbeatable, and then you roll that bank over the next week. And
like,
it
are we talking like morals? Like
Morals.
shorties?
So we've got to have something like maybe if it gets beat, you got to do a shoey or something like that.
Hold on,
You really don't want to do a shoey though.
You don't know. You didn't know what a shoey was, I think, before the
yeah.
last podcast. So.
No, well, I'm not going to be doing it. I know that.
So how we got to have a limit on how short we go.
$1.04.
Oh, really? Oh, then I'll take this week. Swans $1.16.
Okay,
That's not good enough. That we win
Maybe we should-
$16. No,
Maybe
it's going
we
to be
should
$1.20.
We should start off a little bit more aggressive,
I
like
think so.
$1.50 to
This
start.
is what happens all the time when we do this. We talk ourselves. And you know what? We shouldn't do $100. We should do $500.
why don't we go with the concept? The idea is that you're going with shorties, so
I
you
agree,
build it
but-
up.
And
So
we try
you
to go
win
50
16,
weeks in a row.
$16.
That's fine, but it's next week.
Oh,
then
next
we'll
week
be
we get to
betting
bet
that
$116.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and it's slow. Then soon we'll be betting 120.
Then we'll be betting
200.
500.
Yeah, that's
Then
it.
we'll be betting
Come.
1,000.
I just don't like. We don't.
All
Do
right,
we
well,
make? Do we make a
don't be
note of
part
it
of it.
next week when we sit there and go, "Hey guys, our bankroll bet got up. We're sitting pretty with $116."
What we'll do, we'll go $116. I'll give you a high five because you got it up, and then Borgy will have his go next week, and then I'll high five him when he gets it up.
What happens if you lose it?
It's up to you, mate. It's
You
up
know,
to
I'm with you.
You do
Like,
whatever you want to do.
That is a moral. That is like Winks on Saturday.
okay.
But
What
What
do you have
happens-
to do if it gets beat?
yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm asking. We should really put this to the people. Give us. We'll come up with something. We'll talk about it next week.
Chop off a finger.
I thought you were going to say dick.
Nope.
I called a bloke unsullied today. He did not like that.
No, I wouldn't have liked that either.
Oh, he knows it though.
Is he a
The
soldier?
this is at work.
Feel like
If only I could get fired.
appropriate.
All right, Swans $1.16. They're absolute morals. If you guys have any ideas of what we could do if we get our bankroller bet wrong, please write in.
If you have an idea for when the bankroller comes to me for when I get it wrong, stuff that idea in a sock because it's not going to happen.
What, you're not going to do a shoot? I've seen you do a shoot literally in the last 2
Yeah,
weeks.
because I'm not going to get it wrong. I was drumming myself up.
that's good. Yeah.
I know,
No,
that's
Borgy.
confident.
I
Yeah.
thought you were like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Lime and pepper.
That's you. I was the hot burrito.
Oh, okay.
No, he
you
was
can,
the
you
Borgy
can
Big
have
Balls.
hot stuff. Give yourself a pat on the back. I love hot stuff. It just doesn't love me. Hence why our conversation about not wearing undies. I can't do it. Because if that was super hot that Mexican night, I would have 100% still eaten it all.
Well,
This would have
we
been
better
very
wrap this up
uncomfortable
because Sam's got to go to the bathroom anyway.
I actually do most of this podcast on the bathroom. You guys can't see this through the camera or over the microphones. I'm on a Thunder from Down Under
It
bucket.
actually smells really poorly in here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
Thank you. Nutted out. Plenty of winners. Hope you're enjoying this. Give us your feedback. Rate and review. Unless you like the... Oh, no, I'm not going to say. Someone reviewed us badly.
Oh, yeah. We've got 11 or 12 5-star reviews.
Someone came with a 1. And you
And
know
then
what
a
I reckon that was off the back
one-star
of? Your tips last
Yeah,
week.
what
100%.
That's tough. If you're out there listening,
don't listen anymore.
no, subscribe and tell your friends. But also,
We'll
maybe
get you back. We'll win 'em back.
re-review you.
We'll win them back.
We'll win them back.
We'll win
will
them
we?
back. I'll give you a tip. Go Borgy's. One of Borgy's multis this week.
Some
I'm confident.
spiteful punter.
Yeah.
Go
Your
the
lime
medium
and pepper
burrito.
dog. Yeah, we'll win you back. Good luck this weekend. Happy punting.
If we
Well
find out
done,
who you
BJ.
are,
Well
we're
done,
going to come to
Borgy.
your house.
And give you a personalised
What do I
tip. Stop doing double handshake. See you guys.
Bye.
See ya.